Oh, get in that spot. Charge my phone. Coming live just to kind of show some of the things I've been working on, and I think I want to start coloring a mandala for tomorrow, Mandala Monday. Um, I've been doing a lot of coloring in this book, Mythographic Aviary, and I also have been doing some coloring in Kaleidomorphia. Is it Kaleidomorphia? Yeah, Kaleidomorphia. I actually started doing a little bit of coloring in there because I realized I really haven't been coloring in any Kirby books for a while, and so okay, yesterday my book just started falling apart. My mythographic book. These just ripped yesterday, and it's like, okay, well, I guess I gotta. Oh, some of these I can put. They're done. I'm finished with them, but yeah, I'm gonna have to put them in my somewhere because they're just coming out now. Um, this one I still have to work on. I have to finish. But anyway, um, just to show. I use my overhead webcam. Hopefully, I don't know. It's being weird about focusing. I don't know why. Um, let me see. Where is it? Try and get to it. Is it all ahead? Must all be ahead. I started. I started a couple pages, and then I also. But before that, I was working on some of the old ones. Like this one. I It's kind of hard with this shoot sticking out. It's really hard to deal with. How can I get it in there to stay flat? Yeah, I'm gonna have to put these in that binder or something. Anyway, um, I started continuing work on this. I put it down for a really long time. Um, these berries are starting to look really like huge, dark, massive to me. Like if I had, I don't know, I'm gonna have to work with it somehow because they're just gonna have to stay that way. But oops. Um, so yeah, I started working on the bird. Before I started working on the bird, I started working on this and darkening it, trying to get it to kind of, you know, balance it out so these aren't so dark in comparison. I don't know. That might be a lost cause, but yeah, so I was just gradually just going in and shading, adding color and stuff to do that with this one. And then I decided to go to the bird. I was afraid to work on the bird. Didn't know what color I wanted the bird, but I finally just like did something and I like it. Um Trying to gradually darken some of the spots of the bird because you know how some birds like some of the coloring on them will be really dark in comparison to other parts. And so I kind of want his this part to be, dark almost like this, but I have to work it gradually. So um that's what I've been doing with this. Um, this over here in the corner, I don't quite know what that is, and so I'm gonna have to figure out something for that, which means I may have to start with like these tones and build them up. And I don't remember what pencils I used on for this, so whatever I use, I'm gonna have to try and match it. So I didn't write down what I used. I don't think. Nope, I didn't. But what I've been using on this are basically the Prismacolors. And they're working really good with this because whatever I used on here before had already soaked in, or it was a kind of waxy pencil. So putting the Prismacolors on top is working really well. And I just have been starting to try and bring out some of the colors more on the leaves and things and like kind of model them a little bit more. Um, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. with the wings. I'm thinking I may actually, I don't know if it's going to be too much or not, but use some of those sparkle pop pens or some kind of the shimmer silver pen, the Link shimmer gel pens to do inside there because I've already used the iridescent acrylic paint on the background, so I can't really do that in here. So I don't know. Then I got to do the dragonflies. I still have to finish that. I got to get that little stem, some other things in here, but I'm just working on it gradually because it's kind of scary for me working on this. It's kind of like, I don't want to um because I don't want to add any new colors, and I'm trying to work with what's already here. And yeah, so I just have to, it takes thought, but there's some moments where it's just like easy for me to just go in and just do this little thing. Like all this shading stuff I was doing, it was just like little, build up, build up, build up of color. And for some reason that was really good for me at the time the other day to do that. And so whenever I am in that mood, then I'll do it. If I'm not in the mood, I won't do it. So, what is this doing? I don't understand what's going on with this. Um, I'm hoping you can hear me actually now that I think about it. Maybe you can't. Let me double check. Uh, I suppose it might be working. I hope so. Volume. Oh, yeah. I'm not sure if the volume was working at first. It might not have been. I've been having some all kinds of goofy problems with my computer lately. And so one thing that I did was I turned all the sound off on this particular computer, and I forgot. I didn't turn it back on until just now. So hopefully you can hear me, and I guess let me check. It's so exhausting, all this stuff with the computers that like I've just been like really not into it. Um Let me see. I'm just going to check and see if I can hear myself. So hopefully you can hear me, and I guess let me try and get to it. Okay, so it seems like you could hear me from the beginning. That's good. Um so yeah, so that's one page I've been working on in here. Um Working on finishing. I went to this page and started darkening some of the colors in here, doing a little more contouring, outlining, and things like that. And this bird was not colored at all, so I started coloring this bird. I really didn't know what color to make it, but I just finally said, just do something. It doesn't matter, just do it. And so I did. And I really darkened. I use a Prisma, the violet, and kind of like deepen some of the color in there too to make it stand out more. And on the roof, colored the feathers a little bit, which I may actually go over the feathers with like, like a metallic gold or something. So I'm really liking this page. I don't know, I used watercolor or something. I don't know if I had the ink tents then. May possibly have used ink tents, but it's kind of lumpy. So I know I used water on it to do some of this. So yeah, and I colored her in finally. So we're closer to being finished on this one. Really close to being finished. I like outlined some of the clouds a little bit to bring them out. I'm trying to decide if I want to do that all over or not, because some of them I may want to just leave like down, some of these leave them like they are, so that there's that variation, in the clouds. So who knows? I might even go over some of this with white. I don't know, to kind of make it look a little more cloudy. Um, what else? That one's done. Yeah, I'm kind of sad that the pages are ripping out of the book, because now it's like I think I gotta take them all out. Although I could probably collect them all and then bind them together. And I actually have like book binding tape that I kind of would like to try out. That might be something I'd want to use on this rather than put holes in it. Um, so let's put this to the back. I want to keep these pages safe. I need a plan. I'll go through this a little quicker because I want to color. That's one I need to finish. That's one I need to finish. That's one I need to finish. This is how far I got on the page I was working on last week. And I was having a hard time trying to figure out what to do with the house, what color to make it, and then finally just went in and did this. And I actually think I have a combination of. Did I use all Prismacolors on this? Or it might be a combination of Prismacolors and the Color Premiums. I think I was feeling like I wanted to use another pencil a little bit. So, hey Regina, happy Sunday. Hope you're doing well. Um, so that's where I got with this. I stopped because I'm not sure what I want to do with the rocks still. Because I almost thought, would it be like if I made like the rocks kind of jeweled? But how would I do that? I don't know. So yeah, so I paused after, I think I don't know, did I use a color premium on this? I don't remember. But yeah, so I did that and did a lot of work on the house actually, just a lot. But yeah, in one sitting, just kept going back with it. Excuse me. Oh dear. So yeah, so that's this one so far, and I stopped when I wasn't feeling like, you know, I don't know. I just stopped at one point and says, okay, I don't know where to go from here, but I got this part done, and then we'll come back to it. So then I started working on other pages, and I may not have this in the right order, I don't know, but I started working on this one. This was again in part because I wanted to use my color premiums. Like, one, I wanted to see how they work on this paper, and two, I wanted to just work with a different pencil for a while. And so yeah, so it's a combination of Prismacolors and color premiums. And that's where this is so far. I have no idea for colors on this at all. Not at all. And the bird's stressing me out, because these birds, I don't know what this is. Like, is it an extra large sparrow or something? I can't get these particular birds right. There's another one I colored, the one that's in the water, the wings in the water, and I just don't like how it turned out. So I'm trying to figure out a plan for this one. Um, I don't know. I have to look at some bird pictures and get some ideas. I'm not sure what color to make it either. And I'm tired of doing like the same old colors for the birds in here. So yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. Not sure what to do with them. And this page feels like it's about to come out too. Then, so because of that, stumped on the bird. I don't know what to do with them. I went to, did I do this page? Is it this one? I think I actually went and colored in something else for a while. I colored in the Kaleidomorphia. But last night, all of a sudden, I started this last night. I thought, well, something I haven't used in this book and is alcohol markers. And because, I'm not good with alcohol markers and I was never really good with that whole basing kind of thing in the past, I just didn't I never thought of using them in here, even though this has like no image on the opposite side of the page. And so now I thought, well, since there is, these are one-sided images, there's nothing on the other side, I should use alcohol markers. Let me try it now because I'm a little more comfortable with alcohol markers than I was, though I'm still not comfortable with them. Really, I'm not that skilled with them. And so I did this with I based it with a yellow um, alcohol marker. And then I just used two pencils to do the shading. I used a dark brown. Is this still over here? I used a dark brown and I used something else. A lighter brown? I can't even remember. It hasn't been that long. Like an ochre, I think, or something. And I was kind of amazed how quickly that happened because, like, the center of it is all alcohol marker, and then my outlining is two pencils. And I thought, well, okay, there's one for alcohol markers. Maybe I used three pencils. I might have used this one a little bit in some spots, but not a lot because I didn't want it to take over. Those two other pencils I used seemed to do most of the work. So, and after I did the yellow, I thought, the I thought, oh, I could have used like that bluish green color, really pale blue green, and make it more like silver or something. But like I'm not too good with, like, I wasn't sure where I'd go then with the colors to do the shading or anything. So it was like, you know, this is fine until we know more how to use these things. I'm thinking of making the feathers actually not mechanical, make them like real feathers. So that's why I left those. At first, I left them. I didn't do them with the yellow alcohol marker because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with these. But now I'm thinking I want to make them like, I don't know. I might even make them black. Black and gray kind of feathers, or something. I'm thinking probably not yellow or orange or anything close to yellow, some other color. I did the leaves. I also did the leaves with alcohol marker first and then went over those with pencil. They're okay. I don't know. It's his leaves. They're how they are, and I still always feel like every time I approach them, I'm not quite sure how to color them, but they're done. So then the bottom one, I wasn't sure what color to base it in. I couldn't figure out what color I wanted it to be. I know this is supposed to be like a reflection, but then I also see it like the mechanical bird, thinking of another, its reflection as being a real bird or something. So I figure it doesn't matter if it's a different color than yellow. So that's what I did. Let me see that pencil mark there. Will it come off? And so um I have this thing like with the alcohol markers that I have, these guys, that I need to use. I don't know, there's a lot of them. It's in a case. I can't remember how many there are, but there's a lot of them. Um, it's the lighter colors. There's some colors. There's not enough lighter colors in certain um, hues. Not a lot of lighter shades in certain colors is what I mean to say. And so the one thing I could remember I had other than a light yellow and a light green was light pink. And so that's how I wound up with pink. Um, I don't know what else I'm going to put on them, if I'm going to just keep them all pink or what. I might just keep them all pink just for the sake of ease. But I also started going in, as you can see, and using a darker pink there to kind of bring some variation to his stuff. And I'm trying to be careful with that so I don't go overboard with it. Um, and I need to do this guy. And I was thinking, with this being a reflection, do I need to make this a lighter brown? I don't know. So that's why I stopped at the bit of shading I did with this bird here. Um, Not sure what to do for the background at all. So, but this is one page that I was afraid of coloring, so it's kind of a plus for me that I even got this far because I really was afraid of coloring it. It scared me. And this turned out to be a whole lot easier to do than I had thought it was going to be. So I think that's all I colored in here. That was already more than I thought I was going to do. So I've been doing a lot of mythographic aviary. I did do a couple pages, just a little bit, not pages, but a couple parts in Kaleidomorphia, which is another book I would really like to finish. I'd like to complete it, even though I don't necessarily like all the pages in it. In some kind of way, I want to complete every page, and I feel like experimenting with a different medium on every page is one way to do it. And then I was looking at this page, which actually I think I did something with this like a couple months ago and added to it. And I like what I added to it. I think I added something to these. But I was looking at this yesterday and saying, now this doesn't look too hard to finish. I just got to be in that mood to finish it. But what I started working on was this side with Mr. Ogre or whatever he is. And I was working, I think it was another page in Mythographic where I was working with that, my favorite green, this, or purple, this one, the cobalt turquoise. I love that. And the light green and violet. And so that's what I have on him because I was using that on some other page, one of the pages in Mythographic, and I liked how they were together. So I thought, oh, what would it be like to put them on here? And so I did. Had a paler light green and then a Prisma. I think I had like a hard pencil light green, which was a Xena color pencil, and then I had the light green that was a little bit darker in a Prisma color, and so I used those two, and then the cobalt turquoise and violet in Prisma color, and I really like it together, and I like how it turned out, and I'm probably gonna, do a little more, kind of adding of the purple in some places, but I kind of have the basic of how I want his face to be, and then I looked for all the tubes things to make them the same color. I hope I got them all. I tried to yesterday. Um, and then yeah, I don't know what I want to do with the rest of them though. I have no idea. Um, I suppose I could do what I did with the mechanical bird. I could do that in yellow, or I could try a different color in alcohol marker, but then again, it's an alcohol marker, and I got this on the other side, so I might have to use a water-based marker. Maybe try that and see how that works. And that's part of my frustration now with coloring Kirby books is that the images are worth the illustration effort put into them is worth them being a single page image, but they're not. And so that kind of gets on my nerves. Um, that's also another thing that's had me wanting a wide image scanner and printer that I could scan the images and do them that way, but it's not worth it for me to do it just for coloring to get a whole nother printer. So we are where we are. So just doing it in the book. Now I'm not that fond of the page that's before it, but I'm gonna color it. So um, again, it's a challenge to try and color this in a way that I like it, that isn't investing more time than I'm that like I want to enjoy the process, and if I'm not enjoying the process, I don't want to do it. So um and then I also I still have to finish this page because as I look at it, I got a lot of stuff colored in. I did a lot of stuff on here, but there's a lot of stuff that I feel like I need to do. But I like how this turned out because this was a page I was afraid of too. So it's double page. So I started, let's see, big animal page. Oh, they annoy me, but somehow we're gonna color it. This page, which is relatively simple, but I feel like this. I want to use this page to like zhuzh it up and use some things on it I don't normally use to zhuzh it up. Um, so I just kind of went in. I did very few things on here. I used some of the Color Premium pencils to darken and do some a little more contouring in the background, and it worked really well on top of what was already here. And I can't remember what pencil I used on this. I don't remember, but those Color Premiums went over them well. Pretty sure I used Prismacolors at least in some part of this, but I can't remember. Um, so I went in yesterday, did that. I colored her hair. I used a Prisma, the violet, and then I used the crimson red. And I also used but mostly for the red, I used a Color Premium pencil. It was going down so smooth, I didn't want to stop. Um, I also went in and tried to go in with a violet pencil to kind of go over this brown that I did or whatever, because kind of make it, I don't know, turn it a little more like the ogre, but not quite. Um, I do kind of like how that turned out. You can't really see that there's purple there, really. I feel like I need to add some white in here, but like I feel like this is going to be in progress for a while because I'm going to have to, like I said, I want to zhuzh up this page and do some things I haven't done before. And because like the image, yeah, is like, well, I don't, if I mess it up, I mess it up. It's not like I'm going to cry. I'm not going to cry over messing it up. So I'm still trying to figure out, making the rocks the same color as what's above seems really boring, but I feel like I kind of have to do that. And I'm thinking of how I can add a variation to them somehow. to make it not boring for me and not boring to look at. I don't know. I really like how this turned out because I feel like it's the belly, and I feel like it really does look like a snake belly. So I don't want to mess with that. I don't know if I'm going to want to change I don't know, or put things on the scale, which sounds really tedious, but that could be something that could bring everything in the picture together. The variation in the color on the scales. Maybe I could use a gel pen if it'll go down, or an acrylic marker, like dotting it or something might help. It's like I was looking, this page here reminds me a lot of this page, which I had a lot of fun coloring, but it seems so plain that I'm like, are we going to do that again? It just doesn't seem like there's anything to it. I don't know, maybe I need to add something to this one to kind of zhuzh it up, but I'm afraid to because I just like the colors themselves, and I almost don't want to mess with it, but I do and I don't. So, in a ways, this is like finished, not finished. So I'm wondering, like, this page, is that how I should do this page? Because I'm pretty sure I used Neocolor ones on that page. And it really came together really fast with me doing that. So, I don't know. Sometimes I do wish Kirby had, like, I don't know. I love his illustrating style and I love his illustrations, but sometimes I'm like, I think, like, kind of like Ivy Pearl says, like, they're a little too dark. This page, work in progress. Look, the giraffe head is coming off on this side. I still have a lot of work to do on this one, but it took so long to get to this spot that, like, I don't know when I'm going to be in the mood. I absolutely love this page. I love this page. I don't think anybody else does, but I love this page. I do. Now I don't know what to add to these. I don't know. I like it because it almost looks like it's painted. The parts I did on here, and in a way, it is because I used ink tints, and I may have used some Neocolor ones on here too. And I just love it. I do. Um, I feel like it gets his angry tone on the Minotaur as a whole story, a Greek story, myth. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do to finish that. Here's the cosmic flying elephant. The bamboo. This is the first page, the first Kirby page I ever colored that I was like, okay, now I like this. I still don't know how I did this, but I went in and I did it. So this one goes down in history for me. And there's all these in the back. Big bird with the doodads at the end. Yeah. This guy. All the squiggly things that I don't even know what to do with. I don't know. I did this one, which was another one that I never wanted to color, but it's like, okay, let's just do it. If nothing else, I learned something from the page. Hey, Shar. Happy Sunday. Yeah, if nothing else, I learned something from the page. And it's shiny. I like shiny. I love this page, but I'm afraid of coloring it because I don't think I can do it justice. But someday I'm going to do it. Someday. Oh, I even have on here. I used on this page, it says I used light fast, yellow, purple, brown breads. I did this in May of last year. I used Chromaflows, purple and yellow. I use Arteza brush pen in gray. That's a lot of what's underneath, like these. Is that brush pen? Color reds, yellows, 2 purples. That I did in June, the end of June of last year. And finished this. Finished as far as my skill level could take me. This one I'm scared of because it's like that rabbit page, which is that rabbit page in here? I don't know. I haven't finished that rabbit page. Gives me a lot of grief just to look at it. I don't think it's in this book. It's in another one. There's just so many of them that it was like overwhelming. And this is like that. It's overwhelming. There's just too many wolves. It's like, what for? Why? I need a plan to figure out how to tackle this that won't stress me out and that I will still enjoy it. Because I didn't enjoy what I've gotten done so far on that rabbit page. So, and I don't think nothing else in here is done. Oh, excuse me. And at the beginning of this, I was just looking at this. The camel. This is what I did as one part of the one color challenge that Dawn M Beans Color with Me was having. Probably 2024 or 2025. I still need to finish this. It's hard to think just in one color. It's really hard. But I do feel like this is going somewhere. And so, yeah, I need to come back and finish it. But it's like I don't have this. I'm not feeling the skill level to be able to know how to finish it. So it'll be here until then. There's this page. I actually need to kind of finish this too. Yeah, I still have some mushrooms I have to color. And some other things. And now I almost feel like I could go in and darken some of the colors with the pencils I have. Child, this rooster was a trip trying to color. After a while, I was just like, okay, I've had enough. I don't feel like it anymore. I was looking at a picture of a rooster on Google to try and color it accurately. And it was a lot. But I'm not that far from being done, so I should just finish it. But yeah, so that's this. So I got my little things to go back to in this book when I feel like it. When I feel like coloring Kirby. I really don't want to. Well, I did start Alien Worlds. Last year before, the moon page, and I just was really hooked on that moon page. And then there was some kind of coloring challenge that came along in another Kirby book, and so I wound up doing that and stopping working on that page in Alien Worlds, which is okay because I really want to finish my other Kirby books that I'm able to finish before I go on to Alien World. But Oh, this is what I have this one out too. Here's hoping all this stuff doesn't fall down. Oh my goodness. I'm taking so many things out of here and not putting them back. Uh, World Within Worlds. I think I got this from, yeah, I got this from Thrift Books. It's a used copy. Why can't I show the things? I got it from Thrift Books. So it's a used copy. Because I wasn't sure if I was going to like it or not. And then I know there's some repetitive images in here, some which I probably will like and some which I don't. I'm trying to figure out why did I have this out. Yeah, that's who did have it. That's not me. Okay, so I have this page to finish, which I actually got a lot done in here considering. But this is more like all that tedious work that like I have to be in kind of a zone where I can work mindlessly to finish this, and then I could do that. I put a lot of work into this beast, and I like how he turned out. I don't know if you can see that. He's his head. Do I have more trees to finish? I have one that kind of needs a little contouring. I put so much effort into these trees, and then it was like, oh my gosh, after that, like, I still have some I need to finish. I remember I had to come back and try and match them too, which I never like doing because then it's like, okay, how did I do that? I have no idea how I did that, and now I got to do it again. Hold on 1 second. I need to move this so I have more room. Will it move up there? Oh, please don't. Please don't knock this over. Move my other webcam out the way, the shorter one. Somehow, without disturbing this one, and we're going to disturb it anyway, I can tell. Oh, jeez Louise. Okay. Now, can we get this to stay back? Turn off. Okay. Because it was in the way of me being able to move my book. So yeah, it's a double page. So it's like all these houses and trying to make them different. It takes a lot of thought. Okay, I don't like where that is though. The cord. I like this guy in the corner, the purple guy. Chomping down. There's all that corner of foliage to do. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so there's that. And then the turtle, which she's kind of, I mean, like, it was a lot of work. This turtle was a lot of work. But I'm not done yet. I gotta do the house. I like how this guy turned out. I think I used Inktense on here or Neocolor 2s. It's all crumbly, like I can't stand. But yeah, this wouldn't take that much to finish. There's just all these tiny spots. I got to get my act together to be able and get my mind right to be able to deal with all these tiny things. But I kind of like this being white as well. So yeah, so I'm having a struggle with myself in that I really don't want to put a color trim on it. I kind of like it white, but then it looks unfinished to me that way. So I'm not sure what to do with that. And just 1 second. So I gotta finish Turtle Man. That might be, yeah, and it bled through what I was doing with the water. But I don't, it's not like I could cover it up easily with what I do on this page if I ever color it, which I do plan on someday coloring it, but I can tell you this is not a favorite image at all of mine. But just for the sake that it's in the book, I do want to finish it someday. But we're not naming what that day is. I think that's all that I did in here. It's just those two. I got this used because I wasn't sure that I really wanted it. And what the heck is that? Sorry, I can't tell if you can see me or not. 1 second. Why can I not do this? Grr. That's what I want to do. Oh. Did they change something in here? I don't know what they did. Okay. Um, this page is kind of cool, but it's another double page. Need a vision for that. Yeah, I think that those two in the front are the only ones that I've colored in here. I wasn't trying to do too much, and I don't even know why I did that one. Those two. I have no idea why. This is what I got the book for. I got the book for this page. The sneakers. I wanted the sneaker page. So that's the whole reason I got the book. I love this page. This is World Within Worlds. This page, this makes me sad. I do not like this image at all. I don't like this page. Makes me want to cry. Yeah, this is kind of cool. This one. Spaceship. And this one is kind of cool too. So you got to be in a mood for Kirby. And also, like, for me, it's constantly like trying to find, almost like trying to up my coloring skills. That's what Kirby's good for. Because I mean, look at this page. How tiny these things are. It's like, to me, this page is okay. Not a good time. That's what this page communicates to me. But now, a few years after coloring in some Kirby pages, I can see where I could actually go in and cover this whole part at least. Use like a Neo color 1 or 2 and just color it all one color or color gradients of color in certain spots. And then afterwards go in with pencil and put in detailing. That makes it less overwhelming. I could also do that with a water-based marker and maybe like the places where there's background, color those one color and then color the rest of it another color. And then I have it blocked out. I have the colors blocked out. And I have it blocked out. I have it like a guide for what's background and what's an actual object in the foreground. But yeah, I see this and I'm like, not a good time. Not a good time. So another big beast that annoys me about his pages. But again, those are ways to like I can stretch my coloring. I kind of like this page because I love books. This page is kind of interesting. So, yeah, that's why I can't get that one. I don't know. Whatever that book is, it has the endangered animals. It's like, no, no. I don't need to be sitting there crying while I'm coloring. That doesn't even work together. I like this page too, kind of. I'm very sensitive to things about that, and it's like, no, we're not doing that. So I really like how this page turned out. I just gotta finish it. So anyway, that's enough of Kirby. I just was feeling like I was in the mood to do something different, and Kirby would be really different from anything else I've been coloring. So that's kind of what I did. So I have those two books out, those two Kirby books out, particularly for when I'm in the mood to do Kirby. And I got a Johanna Basford Magical Jungle out when I feel like coloring Johanna Basford. Um, yeah, and this is my main mythographic book. I started coloring in Crystal Kingdom to color along with Mandy. And excuse me, I have that Fox page I need to finish, and there's another page in there I need to do too. So need to finish. So I have that if I feel like coloring somebody other than Karambang or something other than birds, because sometimes the birds be stressing me out. So I'm gonna color in this book, Mandala Art, um, for tomorrow's Mandala Monday, so I can post my short tomorrow. And I decided to pick one that's small. Yeah, they can get you caught up though. Sometimes you think, oh, this will be easy, and then it's like, nope, it's not. Um, and I'm actually gonna move forward because I have a bunch before that, but they look a little too intricate for me to try to finish today. Although this one, not too bad. Uh, as you can tell, I kind of like going in order when I can at all possibly help it. I really do. So now I'm just going to change my mind and do this one because it's more towards the beginning. And I'm going to use my the color premieres, and I'm going to try not to get them all mixed up. This is like my practice to, I've been trying to put them back right after I use them because I still have them in the tin, in how they came, in the tin, in the trays. I have them that way. And I just have the trays numbered. This is 151, and that is, uh, it's this 151, and then I got that there. That's weird. Oh, brother. Too much stuff everywhere. I made dinner early today. I made pork fried rice, and I already ate, so, and I can eat more later. So this starts with 151, and doesn't it say 151? My glasses. Sometimes I can't see because of the glare. Yeah, that says 151. Well, what the heck? Which side is which? Unless I have this in the wrong spot. This says 180, 179, 180. It's the beginning. 178. Child, what are we doing here? What is this? 157. Okay, what happened here? Got something messed up. 179. Okay, so 151 is here. What happened to these? This is 169. I got them mixed up somehow. Child. I'm about to take them all out. I don't know what happened. Okay. 177. Really, we're going to color. Really, we are. And I just saw 178, didn't I? But I just dumped it in the whatever. Let's say 167. 177. 162. I don't know how these got all mixed up. 151. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think this is 58. I think I need another light on. 158. Yep. Get in there. Stay. Let it stay. Don't make me regret having done this. 156. 155. 154. How do I happen to be picking up the right one each time? They were in some kind of order. Something just messed up. 77, 76, 75, 74. 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66. Did I say 66 or 68? I can't tell. It's that reflection that keeps messing me up. Yeah, it turned out pretty good, although I went a little too heavy on the soy sauce. Actually, I used the amino acid things, the Bragg's, so it has less salt, but I still went a little too heavy on that, but it still tastes good. So I was using pork. I wanted to make sure the pork was cooked. What did I say? 154. That does say 154. 155. Then this, what is this? They both can't be 154. That's 164. Is it 66? 64. And 54. 73. 168. 67, 68. That glare. That's got to be 160. But I can't see what that is. Ugh. Glare is not my friend. I need my glasses, my anti-glare thingies or something. That's too much glare for me. 165. Right? 175. That's 77, right? So 7, 8, so 9, 80. Yep. So there. Let's say 58, 59, 60, 57, Ugh. 63. I'm telling you, that glare is getting me. 152. 170. 69.70. 61. What is that? Put something else in first. 78. 59. 76. 170 in here? Yes, I do. This is a nice purple. Really nice purple. 171. Huh? I don't know. I feel like I missed something somewhere. 171, 172. 161. I can't see that. 153. Okay, we gotta move over. 54. 55. Okay. Sorry. I'm organizing my pencils on live, but it really, like, if I don't do it, then I'll brush it off and then it won't get done. So, and I don't want that to happen. Okay, there we go. 160. Did I see 161 in here? Yes. 61. This says 63. So I was using these last night, and I did try to get them all put away, but one never knows. Okay, there we go. 70. And this is 71 and 72. So, two need to go back in here. Where are they? Right here. 1, 2. Oh, exactly what I need. 167. And 162. There we go. Okay, now that we got that together, what colors are we using on this mandala? Okay, and we got to do this with the trays all while trying not to topple them all over. Okay, and clumsy me, you know that is a task. That is like, trying to not be clumsy. Let's see. Colors. Well, we got tulips. Color for tulips in the springtime. I swear I'm making everything purple these days. This has some nice purples in it. I don't want to go overboard with the purple, but there really are a lot of nice purples in this set. What's this? Light Orchid. Looks like I've used that before. What's this one? Yeah, I'm going there. I'm using it. I know maybe I should make the tulips red, but I'm making them purple. Or I'm making something purple. They're going to be purple. I haven't used these in this book before. So I could make them different colors, but then I gotta think too hard about trying to make them match or be the right number away from each other. I don't feel like that. I don't feel like doing that. Now, I'm probably not going to get all of this done in this live because I can't be here all day. But I want to at least put a dent in it. Because I really want to be consistent with the Mandala Mondays just because, I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's sunny and cold today. I don't know. It says high of 43, but it feels, or it said it was 43, but it feels like 37. I was like, oh. We've had frost. We've had a little bit of snow, but not enough. I don't know. It was weird kind of snow because it wasn't done. It's like it melted off of most surfaces and then it was still on some other surfaces. I guess the one surfaces out of the shade still had snow. Watched a bunch of movies. A bunch? At least two. Two movies yesterday. They were good. Kind of, I don't know, kind of artsy kind of films. Kind of, sort of. And they were both on Tubi. I'm telling you, it's like Tubi really has got it together. They have some things like some of the movies I would rent from Netflix when they had only DVDs. Um, some of those are on Tubi. I'm like, wow. So that's kind of cool. I wound up putting a whole bunch of stuff on my list for Tubi. Not that I watch TV that much, but I feel like I'm watching it a little bit more lately. I also feel like I'm gearing up for a time when I'm just going to get rid of all of them, all of the paid ones. When the subscription is up, I'm just not going to let it renew and watch everything I want to watch now on those. And then, after that, boom, we're done. Because I got other things to do besides watch TV that I need to do and that I enjoy. So, and we're getting our braces off. That makes my life a whole lot easier. It's like we can live again. I'm getting that kind of graininess to it, and I could blend it, but I don't really want to. That's like more work. And sometimes you like pencil to look like pencil. So I'm just going to leave it. Today is Palm Sunday. So I posted when I saw that on the calendar yesterday morning that today was going to be Palm Sunday. I immediately started singing that song from Jesus Christ Superstar. Well, all I could remember of it, which was just saying, "Hey Xana, ho Xana, hey Xana, ho." That's all I could remember. That's all I really knew. And then I started thinking about the musical, which came out when I was a little kid. And I started watching some of the stuff from it, some clips from it on YouTube. There's a lot of controversy when that came out. And it was kind of like, it was a musical that got, I mean, it was really popular. The movie came out, well, the Broadway show came out, the soundtrack came out, then the movie came out. And it was really popular. And the music was really good for it. And that's mostly what I knew, the album and the music for the for the, for it. I was exposed to that before I ever, I mean, man, I never saw it. I never saw the movie actually or the Broadway show. But I knew the music cuz, you were in chorus. You were singing one of them songs in the spring concert. And of course, because it was a phenomena, young music teachers teaching elementary school and whatever, that had to be on the list. Something from there. I even remember when I worked at the when I used to work at the music store that sold sheet music. That was always a big seller. The sheet music, various types for Jesus Christ Superstar, whether it was orchestral, choral, piano solo. And I actually had some friends, like I said, I had a huge group of musician friends, and we all played, different kinds of music. And some of my friends were kind of like metalheads, I guess, for lack of a better word. I guess that is the word, metalheads. But they actually had that at the they went to like a some of them went to a Catholic church that had a what do you call it, contemporary liturgy, and they actually held the musical at the church one spring. And so some of my friends, because, well, they had the long hair, the guys had the long hair like the Renaissance Jesus. And so a lot of them were in it. And I never got to see it. I can't remember why I didn't get to go see it. Probably was working or something. And they had the voice. Some of them had the voice for singing the parts. And so yesterday, for the first time, I got to see, like, because everybody would always talk about how um, the parts of the musical um, parts for Judas were the best parts in the entire musical. That they were always the best parts. And I had also heard that the person who had played Judas in the musical was phenomenal. Like he did that part. Like yeah, he owned it. And so I watched and I posted it on my wall, one of his numbers in the musical. So someday I probably should watch the whole thing. And I also started watching a video. I got like a little more than halfway through, I think, a video that talked about how the musical came to be. You know, with what's his name? It's Andrew Lloyd Webber and the other guy, Tim. What's his name? Really interesting how that happened. But that musical kind of came off the, that was like after, man, what was it like? 5 years? 5 or 6 years after the musical Hair, which also took, Broadway and the whole country by storm. I haven't seen all of that either. I've seen bits of it, but not all of it. Not the film version. Tulips are done. So I think I'm gonna try and stay in the same tray so I don't get anything mixed up, but I don't know. I don't know. Is that gonna be possible? Do we want to do that? Or no? What do we see? I kind of do like doing that, staying within just the either the same tray or the two adjacent trays, so like I don't wind up with a hot mess. And I really feel like I want to point on this, but I don't want to. I also don't want to sharpen it. If that makes no sense, I know, but what can I say? I'm just gonna try and color everything I can in this color. and then go to another one. That's my other option. I can go to another color, put these two back, go to another color in a different tray, and I can put the other tray away or to the side. Trying to stay organized. Okay, that's darker. And I like it too. I really do need to sharpen this. We're going to try and fudge it as much as I can. Oh, the other day I also started watching some YouTube videos talking about animators of cartoons from the past, and child, got my eyes opened. Some of those people were real creeps. I had no idea. That's why sometimes I wonder what's the effect of how quickly we find out about people in their real life, of people who like are creators of things that, you know, that we like. We find out like the turnaround time is so quick now. Before you didn't find out until long after people were dead. Now you find out like sometimes while they're still working. It's crazy. So like what do you do with it? Especially if the work they do is, really good or it's pivotal to your life or something like that, and then you find out, oh, they do this and they do that and they do the other, and they messed with this and they did this and did this to that person, and it's like, oh my gosh. It's really kind of weird. Okay, I'm gonna leave these out because I'm not quite ready to let them go. And where do I want to put them? I'm gonna put them in with my alcohol marker stash right now because I want to think about next color. Oh, I like this pink. I already know. I like this pink. Okay. A rubber band for my braces. How'd that wind up there? Who knows? But they bounce out of the pack sometimes when I take them out the pack. So, and then you can't find them after they do that because they're kind of like invisible. So it's like you never know where they went to. Well, there's one of them. That's where it went to. 48? What does it say? Can I see it if I look at the... I can see it better if I look on the screen. 49. So what's this? I think that says 48. I want this pink though. What's this? Oh wait, that says 47. Which direction are we going here? That might be part of my problem. Where is... This is 46. Okay, 46. 47. 48, 49. Now what's this? Oh, this is 48. Wait a minute. See how this happens? Oh, that's 50. Where I want you to be. Pink. I think I need to put my glasses on. Must be an allergy kind of day because my eyes are kind of blurry. So kind of fuzzy because I actually have very close to 20/20 vision, like to where you can't say it's not, but dry eye and having lost some peripheral vision are my issues. Rather than not having 20/20 vision. And that light is actually too bright for me. I don't know. Ooh, it was already on. Where else can we put pink? Yeah, I'm going here. Yeah, these always take longer than you think they're going to take. You say, oh, that's simple. That won't take that long. And then it's like, okay, day 2. How long have we been on here? Hour and 28 minutes? Yeah. Treasure the positive effect that it had on you. Because it's kind of like, there's this thing that they say too that even like when an author might intend to, or a creator might be intending to do one thing with what they've created, but it winds up doing something else that they never intended. Because when people see it, read it, watch it, their reaction they take from that, they bring to that all their experience and everything, and their background and all that kind of stuff. And so um and a creator and author cannot control how someone receives their work. So that's like Native Americans, like when they see cowboy and Indian stories, even though it seems like, the Indians in those old cowboy and Indian movies and TV shows, seems like the Indians are getting the shaft, but a lot of Native Americans are just happy to see themselves in the films, and they like it because I finally get to see myself in a film. Back in the day, the thought back in the day. And then from their culture they bring to it, oh, this character did this Indian character did this because of this and that, bringing their culture to it, that's why it happened. Or, oh no, what he would really do is this, that, and the other. But you know glad to see themselves on film, just like a lot of times we were as black folks too. We were just glad to see ourselves on the TV. you know we didn't go that deep with all the stuff some people were saying about Good Times and Esther Rolls issues with Good Times. We didn't really go think about that or anything because we were just glad to see ourselves on TV. We were glad to see people like us on TV. So I used to love watching the Waltons. I used to love that show. I think I was in high school then. And I think one reason I liked it is because a lot of it reminded me of how where my grandmother lived in Jamaica. They kind of were at that, it kind of was like that. Just kind of a different climate, but you never know why certain things will resonate with some people. Now, one thing I can't explain is why Jamaicans like country music, at least back in that era. In like the 60s and 70s. I'm like, why? I don't know. I just remember being there, and other than, reggae, rocksteady songs, we heard remakes of Patsy Cline and who else? Who was the other person? Remakes of like these 1950s country songs in reggae rocksteady style. It sounded good though. I got to see if I can find that one song. Changing Partners, Patsy. Is that Patsy Cline? I don't think she did that. Somebody else. Patty Page maybe did the original. I want this darker, but I have to use another pencil to do that. And I kind of think the Derwent will help, but I don't want to get them out. I don't know if I have a good pink in the chroma flows either. I'm just going to go light to start. It should be pink. Yeah, and if I start doing all that kind of blending and all that kind of stuff right now, that'll take me forever to finish this. So at least get her color down first. And do the extra later. So yesterday I actually I had bought a vacuum sealer thing for jars. And I actually went in all the beans I've been buying. I buy them from this through Amazon, but from this company called Clear Creek, and so they all come in like now they've been sending them in these muslin bags, which is really cool because the bags are reusable. Hey, Brittany, um, happy Sunday, and so I was thinking because I want them to keep for a while. So and the bags are like they're like 4-pound bags, I think. And so I wanted to put them in individual jars, so they would keep longer and I could just, have them stored away. And so I did that with I think I did 4 different kinds of beans and I have 8 jars. And then I have a little bit that's left over in the bags, which is probably like I'll cook those first and then go to the jars. So, the only thing I didn't do that too are with the butter beans because um I only have like 1 pound left. I had ordered 2 pounds. I cooked 1 pound the other week, and then I still have another pound left. And those are separately because they're from a different company, and they're just in individual 1 pound bags. But I did start vacuum sealing some other beans I got from that same company I got the butter beans from. I got some cannellini beans and I sealed like 2 of those in jars and 2.5 or something like that. And I gotta do at least one more. But I don't know. I might be using a smaller size jar for it. I don't know. Um I don't know why, but like this is what I'm doing with them. I feel like just follow what you're hearing because there must be a reason for it. So figure they're safer in jars. What is this? Heather Violet? Do I want to go that dark? I've been using this. Maybe we won't use it. I don't want to use something I've been using a lot of. I just feel like I want to spread the wealth. Light rosy pink. So how is this compared to that one? What did I say I wasn't going to do? Am I doing it? No. Well, not entirely. Just a little bit. So I got most of them sealed. Red kidney beans, the cannellini beans, which I guess are considered, I don't know, I guess they're considered white kidney beans, which I didn't know. Or that's what somebody calls them. I don't know. Beluga lentils and black beans. And beluga lentils, I don't eat them up that fast, so that was the reason I wanted to get those vacuum sealed. Well, I don't eat any of them fast, because when you're in the mood for beans, you're in the mood for beans and you cook beans. But I think once I get my braces off, I'll probably be eating more of those beluga lentils because of what I'm used to having them with. Roasted, pan roasted, what do you call them? Pan roasted Brussels sprouts and other things. Why I'm doing this, I don't know. I'm just doing it. This is what happens when I color. I just kind of go there. I don't know why. In part, I think, because I want to see what the darker would look like, I guess. And what I said I wasn't going to do, I'm doing it. This is what happens. I can't help it. I can't help it. This looks very Eastery. If that's a word. Ew. That's why I turn my page so I can get the right angle for these things. And this is, where's he paying? 88. That's his 31 to 60, 91, 61 to 90 goes there. I need green. This green or that green? Again, trying to spread the wealth. Spread the wealth. Hey, Amy. Thanks for stopping by. Happy Sunday. Hope you're having a good day. And let's see. I want green. And we're going to go here. Oops. Well, I wasn't going to do the whole thing. I was just going to do the middle. But I guess now we're doing the whole thing. Maybe I can go in with like an acrylic marker and make the middle a different color. It's almost April. It's crazy. Got here fast. I really do feel like I need this sharpened. I can't do that narrow. Wonder if this can just take off the... Yep, it did. That a little bit took the blunt end off. They are the Color Premium. I do like them. And you can tell they are they are different from the other colors, but both of them are good. So I can tell these are different. They are creamier. What color is this? Mint? Can feel it. I'm ready to get up and do something. I did play my piano a little bit today, practicing my thumbs. My thumbs and my pinkies are two things that I really have been trying to get it two and together. Realizing how, I will flub things, like just kind of like, go through it and not really pay attention to how they're positioned, which is not a big so big of a deal right now. But the more I start playing things that are more difficult, it's going to make a difference, and it's going to show if I don't work on my technique for my pinky and my thumb. So that's what I've been doing. Or yeah, that's what I've been doing. Just say yeah, that has been what I've been doing. And this morning, that's what I was working on my thumb when doing scales, because you kind of got to make sure it's kind of tucked under, because you do this kind of passover thing when you're doing scales, and so it's kind of like this movement. I don't know if you could see that. So yeah, so I've been practicing that, playing scales slowly, and then kind of picking up the tempo a little bit, but not a lot, because mostly what I want to do is make sure I'm doing that passover right. Um, and getting my muscles in my hands used to that. My pinky, I gotta search YouTube or something for a solution for that, because I'm having a problem whenever try to play major seventh chords, and with this pinky being on the black key, it won't land. It's almost like I need Velcro or something on that one key so my finger will stick to it. It will not, it always slips off. And I got to figure out how to fix that. Part of the problem is that, I have little hands. People with little hands don't have that problem, but I have little hands, so I have that problem. And I think there's something, I don't know, there's something about, I don't know. I need to build the muscle in this finger and I need to figure out how. So that's what I'm focusing on because I can't get past the F major 7th exercise in that jazz book because I cannot play because my pinky will not fix itself to that key. It slides off and all kinds of stuff. It's just like, So that's one of my tasks for the week. And one of my consistent exercises I need to do until, well, probably for forever, but to get it under control right now is the objective. Find the solution to exercise that muscle and then do it regularly. See, now I want to go back and color over some of these. Okay. Temptation is to take a Prismacolor and go over those, but it's too soon for that. I need more color first. So I guess it seems like yellow is the most likely color to put in here. Make it look Eastery, springy. I feel like I kind of want to wait on that a little bit, but maybe not. So I'm just going to put more of this green in here where I think it works. So at least we have the color blocked out. And then look at what else we have left to color in. For the spaces. And I did share a video this morning from, what's her name? The Coloring Diva, I think it is. She was reviewing the Jelly Roll Shimmer pens. I did buy them. I'm always down for a shimmer. And even though, like, they were supposed to have some kind of color change, like when you from angle to angle, like you see a slightly different color. The Coloring Diva was saying that she didn't see that so much, but she did like the colors, and I saw the colors. Excuse me, oof, fried rice talking, and I do like them, and of course, like I said, I'm always a sucker for a shimmer pen, gel pen. So it won't go unused, and they might be the most used Jelly Roll pens I have because I'm not really using the other ones. And I have to figure out how to use them. I'm just not, I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet, but that's on my list of supplies I need to learn how to use and use. But yeah, so I'm getting those. And also there was a swatch book that she used in her video that I really like the look of, and so I got it. I bought that too. So there you have it. And the person that made that swatch book, I think it's like Susan Carroll or something like that. She has coloring books, And I did kind of look at them, but that was, I don't know, that was about it. I'm not really in buy mode right now, so um I'm looking. I made that green, so I don't really want to make this green unless I make it a different green. I could make this green. I could make this green. So these are going to be two adjacent colors. I could make this purple and that yellow. But then I'm probably going to want the inside of this to be yellow, right? Or will I want it to be another green? That's something I got to think about. I'm just going to do this green for now. All else fails. If I don't like how it looks, I'll get an acrylic marker and go over it with another color to make it the color I want it to be. So this really isn't too bad as far as mandalas. It's moving kind of quickly to color this. So this is one of the less tedious ones. There's a lot of nice ones in this book. I have some in here I haven't finished. I need to go in and finish. Whew. Using this pencil up. Probably need to add some more purple too. I need to sharpen this guy. Wonder if I should use my jelly rolls on this. What colors do I have? Would it be out of... I don't know. And this is 88. Goes right. Is that 89? This is 89. Yeah, the one thing I don't like about this pencil set is the numbering, where how the numbering looks. I can't see it because the glare of it. It's pretty, but I but I can't. It's hard for me to see because of the glare. Now I can see it when I look at the screen because it's on the screen, not under the light with my eyes. But okay. I think I'm going to leave the pink out. The green is exchangeable. That's not my favorite green. But I'm probably going to line it with a darker green somewhere. I wonder if I needed to have that there. Okay. Well, that is it for me today. Just about 2 hours. Spent a lot of time showing what I've been working on. besides this coloring, but I got a lot done right now, so that's kind of cool. Thank you all for joining me, and I hope you have a good rest of your Sunday, and see you all on the YouTube streets. Bye bye.